yes. What's going on, man? Let's take that down. I like to get in the right mindset and okay, let me turn this down. Hope everybody's doing well. What's up, Steve? Man, I woke up today. Electricity messed up in the house. You know, when you not living here all the time, it takes a while to work all the bugs out. So it's like every time I stay here, something's wrong, man. Last time it was plumbing. Now it's electrical. Eventually it'll get fixed. So something I was looking at today, if you are in the money flow gang, should have got a text from me earlier. Twitter's one I've been eyeing. Go in and out of Twitter. This is a good swing trading stock. Already have a position, but I'm adding a new. Some that I position trade or I buy and hold. If you have multiple accounts, you can, be swing trading it in one account and buying and holding it in another. Twitter looks like it's getting ready to run. Pretty undervalued, I think, by about 40%. Obviously, a tech stock, so we still have the overhang of that. Well, power's still down. It's just one. Part of it's up, part of it's down. It's hard enough to get people into the French Quarter to work. It's even harder to get them to do it near Christmas. People in their holidays, man. Let's see. So, took a position here at 44.30. Looks like it might run. I would think 54. It's a $10 move. You're only risking a couple bucks if you wanted to use your stops. You could put it around $41 just to be safe until this thing starts to run. So that's one I was looking at if you're looking for a trade. I'm not in this, but if I had the money, because I'm kind of all in, I really like this setup in Cinemark Holdings, the movie theater. You'll see when it does some of these stage 2 runs, it can run. I'm not in it. Obviously, the best time to have bought would have been last Friday, maybe. Still in a buy zone. So that's an idea. It's been to this $21 range a bunch of times. So, and I think they have a value on it. Let's see. Let's pull it up. Chip rings. I think I saw it was $24. Yeah, $24. Obviously, does it get there on this run? I don't know, but I would think you could at least get up in that $19, $20 range anyway. Like that. So another trade that I put on this morning, a leveraged, it's high risk, Gush. I'm back into Gush after getting stopped out of Gush. Actually taking it down because it looked pretty bad. So we had a beautiful run in it, tried to get back in it, got stopped out, and now we're back. I'm back in it. So when you play Gush, these triple leverage, you gotta be comfortable with getting smacked and pulling it out. I got out here. Obviously, the next day it came right back, but I had no interest in riding it back down to $55. So part of trading is taking losses. You gotta be really super cool with that, or you're just never going to be. If you're trying to swing trade like in and out, you got to get real comfortable getting hit. Because obviously if this one works and we run back to 120, the fact that we had a little loser in here really doesn't matter. But you got to see it that way. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Snap was on the run. Snap on the run today. Yeah, still a stage 1. Spotify looks a little stronger. Spotify's, a back above the 20. I like Spotify here. This draft, Uber's my largest trade. Still continuing to move. Uber has moved from $35 to $42 straight up. So, I mean, this is a big ass move. I went from being down 20% to now only down like 3% or 4%. Like, that's a big move, man. Let's see. Lyft, same thing. I'm really loving these. Lyft is a stage 2 breakout, added yesterday. Well, I've been adding, but yesterday was a nice add on margin. So we'll see if we can get back up into this 56 range. This stock is really undervalued. It's only $14 billion market cap. Lyft could get bought. Lyft could go. Someone could buy Lyft. Just took a position in C, huh? Cinemark. Yeah. Let's see. XLF. Where's that? Yeah, it's trying to run, huh? If you look at this chart on XLF, we're kind of in that zone, right? I don't really have any exposure to the banks right now. So let's look at the leverage. DPST. It's a triple leveraged. So DPST is a buy right here. This is stage 1. It's back in the box. Be very careful. This is a very volatile stock. It's not a stock. It's an electronically traded note. DPST is the triple leveraged bank. So if you wanted to leverage yourself without options, this is the way you would do that. I mean, if it goes back to the high, you're turning $46 into $60. So you see how I would analyze this. If this is a stage 1, which I would call it a stage 1, it was building a box, and then it got knocked out of the box and then came back into the box. Really like that. Right at previous support. So same pattern as C. You'd expect it to run up into here. So triple leverage is a way to do it. You just got to be careful because it cuts both ways, Wow, so many right now. Let's see. WBX is one that I've gotten in. It's just kind of floundering here. All right, we're finally getting some movement. People already bailing out on this because it's everyone kept comparing this to Romo. That I didn't get stopped out there. I don't use hard stops. I just wait and see how the day is going to play out. We're still going, so we'll see. Looking for it to get up into this 19 range. That's WBX. Yeah, so after gushing Twitter, I'm back to all in. I'd cut new core yesterday to raise some money. It's hard for me to sit on money very long. VLDR. Yeah. I think into this rally, I would cut back some of those penny stocks, man, and move into some big stocks. I just don't see them. It's starting to look good, but I don't see them getting hot again anytime soon, man. If you can get back to $7, I'd start trimming it back. XLC. I don't know that I hate XLC. Why do you say that? I would rather play. I don't think it's a good. This is the Communication Services Select Spider Fund. So what's weird to me in here is they have AT&T and Facebook both in the same ETF. I just find that odd. Yeah, it's breaking. It's moving up. A lot of these are. So where's XLE? Look, XLE's moving up. A lot of these, the sector ETFs are on the move. Let's pull those up, man. Let's see. pull up these spiders. And you should watch these. So, like, this is the S&P Home Builders ETF. You know, inside of here is all the home builder stocks, right? Now, I would much rather this configuration sell off, run up, than that's not much of a sell-off. So, I'm not overly excited. XLB, everything's above the 20, man. XLC, breaking above the 20. XLE's pushing above the 20. We have a bull market. XLF, financial select sector spider fund. So everything is bullish. It's breaking out. The XLI is still under. That's industrials, which would tell me if I was looking for discounts, I'd be looking at like 3M, Dow, you know, DuPont, shit like that. Honeywell. Technology's breaking out. XLK. I tend to use the TQQ leveraged. Let's see. XLP, consumer staples. This is your Coca-Colas, your Pepsis, things like that. That's had a nice run. Already been going up. Again, I'd much rather this kind of situation than up in here. But real estate just keeps going. The XLRE. Can't buy it here. I cut utilities back. Is it in a zone to be cut back? No, but we were buying back here. Was up 30-40%, and I wanted money to put into Gush. I got to get that money from somewhere. I think these have less room to run than, say, Twitter or Spotify, which have more room to run. So that was just a man, you know. It was just I needed money. So, you know, I feel like there's less upside to these utility stocks than there is. They were just hitting a high RSI than there is in these other stocks. So I cut it back to half. Health Select. Whew, this one's run really big, huh? XLY, consumer discretionary. This is spending. You know, it's shocking to me this came down low. What's funny is this is a classic reversal candle. You'll hear me refer to this as a Jesus cross. Other people call them dojis and various things. That is almost always a reversal. Look, there's one right there. I mean, not 100%, but man, when you find these, it's pretty surprising how often they are. And if you combine a reversal candle with an extreme RSI, which you didn't have here though, but I mean, it's pretty shocking how many times those work. This is also a reversal candle where price ran up and then closes down. That's usually a classical, especially when it's accompanied by an RSI. So those aren't, I mean, they are tradable, but that's not typically. Usually people are looking, that's just one thing of a couple things they're looking for. I used to trade these really aggressive. When I would get one of those, I would take a long position. Next day, it would open and run, and then I'd close it out. That was part of my day trading strategy. Usually if you're day trading, you're going to have a couple different strategies. Consumer staples should run, or discretionary, because this is Christmas gifts and all that kind of stuff. All right, Spider S&P oil and gas exploration production. This is similar to Gush, similar to the XLE. This is the energy complex. If things are back on, if Omicron's not knocking us down, we got to assume oil continues its march higher. Let's see. You know, so you could find some oil names now. There's a nice little swing room here. This is what I would call the swing trade, man. So if you're looking at this is the classic swing trade. Let's pull this up. Meaning we got a previous high target, right? We've got price putting in a box, and we got price starting to break out. And so you get the swing effect. For me, that's swing trading. You know, some people it's 2 or 3 days, maybe 2 or 3 hours. They might call it that. But for me, swing trading is when you can see an obvious swing to like a door opening up. That's swing trading. We see that right now. The XRT is the Spider Retail. This is unusual. This is where I think you can find some opportunity. And you say, why? Well, look, we're on this side of of the big run. Big sell-off. Now it's starting to go sideways. So if we look at this, the XRT retail, it's odd that we're in Christmas and this sold off. And look where we're at. This is a back in the box stage 1 buy right here. So I'm going to assume this is your Walmart's, Target's. We'll go look at that. So look, stage 1 buy. It's below the 200. I like that. And we got a previous high. We might even take it down lower than that, like into here, because look how many times it's hit that spot. I mean, that's a zone where it's stopped a bunch of times. So that would be 87 to 96. That's a pretty big run. Pretty big run. So here's what I would do. If that's the XRT, I'd go pull it up and I'd say, okay, what stocks are inside of the XRT? I'm just going to assume Walmart's in there. Let's look. I haven't looked at the XRT in a minute. Yeah, so Walmart, similar sell-off. Now it's setting up, right? I'm going to assume Target's in there. Let's look at Target. Yep, look. Sells off, starting to go sideways. So you see how by tracking the 11 major sectors of the S&P 500, you can look for opportunities. And people will miss this. So in my buy and hold, I want to scan all of those sectors. Why? Because that gives me an alert to if I'm putting new money to work, I want to buy shit on sale. I don't want to buy shit that's already run up, right? So if you know what I'm saying, what you're going to do as you scan, let's say you move over $500 into your buy and hold account. Hold on. And you're like, all right, what's on sale? Well, I don't want to buy that. It's already run up, right? I want to find shit that sold off and started going sideways. Well, this sold off and started going sideways. So I'm like, okay, cool. Target's below the 200. It was 103. Now it's 87. Let's go make sure that everything's okay. So I go pull up Target, and what do they say? They got a $282 price. So they're saying it's worth 30% more. What was their target? 282. What am I wanting? I just want 260, man. I'm not greedy. Right? So I just want it where it's been before. Has it ever been there? Yeah. It's been there a bunch of times. So you see how we start mapping this trade out. This gets pretty easy. That's what we're looking for. So that just took, 5 minutes. Scanning through the sectors, find which ones are on sale, which ones are breaking out. If they're breaking out, those are good swing trades. If they're on sale at a discount, these are good for your buy and hold account. That makes sense, right? You want to trade in the direction of price movement. You want to take advantage of price discounts for buy and holds. Man, I just dropped some. Oh, that's good. I wish someone would have explained that to me, like when I was first trading. It would have saved me a lot of money, time, and effort. If any of that confused you, I would dig into this. There's an app you can download out there on Apple. It's called the Spider. It's the SPDR ETF app. And it's kind of cool because it'll show you the 11 sectors. You can click on it and it'll show you the stocks inside of the 11 sectors. So part of your homework is just as you're bored, you're like, oh, XRT. Let me see what the 10 top stocks in there are. So then as you do that periodically and you learn the different sectors, what is consumer discretionary, what is the financial, what are the top 3, 4, 5 stocks in each one of those. Soon now you have this database of like 30 stocks in your head of different sectors inside of the economy. And when you look at it, you'd be like, oh, that would be, maybe Target would be good for options. I don't want to tie up 100 shares would be $8,700, but what if I bought some options 3-4 months out? And at the bottom, when it's undervalued by 30% after a big sell-off, right? That's that kind of stuff, man. Yeah, that's a neat little app, man. It's just fun if you just like poking around looking at, and it'll tell you like the S&P's, PE ratios and all that. So here's the Spider Telecom, XTL. This is a relatively new one. This has a lot more than just, but look, you see this big sell-off? I don't even know what's in this one. This is a relatively new one that I haven't messed with much, and you can see it's not heavily traded. So I don't like that, but I'm assuming Verizon, Telecom, T-Mobile, all that shit is in there. That's it, man. There's only a few of them you got to know. So as I go through that, that lets me kind of know where the deals are, what I might be looking for. I don't like this setup here. I don't like when you have a big run up, pull back, test the high, pull back. Like, this is just getting congested in here. I like big sweeping swings. I want to see a big sell off and then a big run up. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's about it, man. That's all we got going. PRTR is still not moving, is it? Yeah, it's pushing up there. You're just going to need some money. There's just not a lot of money in the market right now. It's very low liquidity. It's mostly retail traders. All the big money traders are not playing right now. That's why you can beat them. You know that, right? Like, most of those guys you can beat. It's a job for them. Now, the ones that are the masters, the ones that are obsessed, they're running hedge funds and shit. Their stuff still keep going, but a guy's got a job, works at a fund, like he's, SUL. You can be much more nimble. SUL, bro. What the fuck is SUL? That's not even a ticker. I'm guessing this is some sort of weird altcoin. Buying metaverse property? No. I'm not buying metaverse property. I'm trying to buy some real property right now. Let's see. Yep. Chugs on them. There ain't nothing to talk about here. You see, this is super important, and I talk about this all the time. If you just get this one thing, this will save you a lot. Look at this. When you get the moving averages this far apart, do not do anything. And it always shocks me when someone who owns my book goes, hey, what do you think about blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, send me my book back, dude. You're fucking, like, you haven't even read it. Jesus, do not buy this. It's too far away from the moving averages. So price gets pulled back to this 20. That's why we use the 20. So until price starts to come back, there's no reason to do anything. Just leave it be. And now you can see the configuration of the 5-day, 10-day, 20-day. They're all pointing up. Until that starts to happen, there's nothing that can happen. There's nothing that can happen. Yeah, man, this stock has been brutally destroyed, though. Brutally destroyed. So, what are they even calling on this thing, man? $79, huh? No, that's C. C. $49, 60% upside. I don't know, man. I don't like it. It's just been too beat up, man. Something's wrong with this stock, bro. I don't like this stock. I don't like it. Something ain't right, man. Activision is one I had talked about in the Discord group. I didn't have the money, but this has gone straight up, man. Since we had this stage one here. Again, notice what I'm saying. Until all these things come together, look, nothing happens. Tried it here, but look how far apart the moving averages are. Until they come together, nothing can happen. It cannot go up until they come together, And right around in there was probably your first chance to buy it. That's when you first had a box. And look, crossed, broke out, like everything lined up. RSI, boom, 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 and now it's headed straight up, probably going to about 67. That's Activision. That one's been pretty easy. I should have got in it. I was talking about it. I just didn't get in it. see. Unilever. Let's see what UL's doing. And the volume, problem with Unilever, the volume is low on this stock. This is a foreign stock, right? Isn't this from... I mean, yeah, like nobody covers it. I mean, maybe that's not the right. Let's see. Man, a lot of people don't like it, bro. Hold, sell, sell. I just don't like the volume. The volume is super low. It is a stage 1, though. I wouldn't call that a stage 2. I'd call that a stage 1. It's kind of in a gray area there. Maybe fair value on Morningstar. That was tip ranks. Let's see. I'm not a big fan of their stock Riot. RIT. There's others I'd rather play than Riot. I mean, it has some decent moves. Yeah, it's a stage 1. Everything's setting up. So if you're into Riot, this is your chance to buy. This is where I'd start nibbling. You know, start to build it up so that you can catch the breakout, which is the real move if you're swing trading. You know, Coinbase. I just think that's a cleaner chart. People would rather trade the other one because it's smaller number, which is ridiculous. They're like, well, I can buy more shares of that stock than this stock. That's ridiculous. It's percent's the percent. If it goes from, just pretend that's $25, it's going to go to $35. I mean, just take a zero off in your mind. Let's see. Yeah, we looked at PLTR. PLTR is fine. Stage 1. I don't know why it's not moving, but stage 1. So he read it 3 times, huh? Apps. Yeah, Mara's probably better. There's a few that are out there that are better. I don't know. I've been unlucky with Riot. Like, it always seems, it never seems to follow Bitcoin. So let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is breaking out. I put this out last night. I try to watch Bitcoin hourly. This is a breakout underway. So I emailed that out last night, texted out to anybody who was listening that this thing is about to run. Now, if you're swing trading it, now more importantly is that this is the wind for crypto, right? So if Bitcoin starts to break, you're going to start to see all the other coins start breaking out, and they're going to run even further, right? So DOTs and Matic and all that stuff are going to run, man. So Bitcoin's fixing to run. It could easily go $10,000 up, and then you know, maybe it gets going from there. And you know, it's kind of funny. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's going to 100,000," or it's just going till the RSI gets extreme, and then it's going to stop. Which is kind of what the money flow teaches, right? So, kind of back to, I know everybody loves their favorite YouTubers and this and that. None of them know what the fuck they're talking about. They have no idea where Bitcoin's going. Zero. So, you know, I love James over at Invest More. He has no fucking clue. He might think he does. He doesn't. Plan B, no fucking clue. He has no idea what he's talking about. He's just making shit up. If you, like, you can just make up stuff. Like, And that's what they do. They just make up things. Nobody knows where it's going. Nobody. All we can do is what it's doing. And if it's going up, it's going to keep going up. If it's going down, it's going to keep going down. So be careful of that, of thinking. And sometimes we can catch yourself go watch some people because you're trying to get their conviction to rub off on you. You know, like, oh, BitBoy, he has no fucking clue where Bitcoin is going. None. Not zero. Zippo. That Asian guy on there that's always, I can't remember his name. He has no fucking clue either. Willy Wong, no idea. None of them do. Michael Saylor, no fucking clue. They might have a thesis that over time it's going to go up, and I agree with them. Over time it will go up. That's what assets do. But from week to week, month to month, no idea. Oh, yeah. I just released that podcast. I was going to wait till after Christmas to promote it, but I figured maybe people needed some shit to listen to if they had family in. So let's check Ethereum, then I'll look at Fubu here. Let's see. Ethereum's not breaking. What about DOT? Come on, baby. So I took a loan against my Bitcoin to buy DOT. And it's the first time I took a loan against my Bitcoin. I wanted to kind of test that out. It took me about 12 seconds. And they gave me the money. And began buying DOT. Added a little more yesterday. So here we go. So I'm looking to flip this. Hopefully into like something like this. Oh yeah, I like Matic. Is Ada breaking out? Nice. Okay. I haven't been through the list yet. I'm basically all in as I speak. So, I mean, Matic is, we're about to have to take profits. Now, here's what's going to happen. If you go look on YouTube and you look up Matic, they're going to be like, Matic is going to $20. And it's like, you have no idea what you're saying, sir. You're completely fucking delusional. So that's where it went last time to what? When the RSI went extreme and then it turned down. And I still get people all the time like, does this work with crypto? Yes, it works with anything that human beings trade back and forth. Because what it's based on is fear and greed. So doesn't this look like the money flow? Goes up, goes over, comes down, starts to go over, goes up, right? That's the money flow, man. Works on everything. But Matic isn't going to $20. Matic's going to go to like 3, maybe close to 3. The RSI will go extreme. It'll go sideways. It'll then sell off. That's what it's going to do. That's the pattern. That's what it does. This right here. Over and over and over and over. You know, how far up, how far down. When I say they don't know, what I'm talking about is how far down or how far up. They don't know. No idea. What do you think about Elrond? Now you're just getting into wacky ones, bro. I think you need to go buy more Bitcoin. Let's see. Let's look at Fubu. Yeah, man. This Fubo has really set up nice. This is where... See, this is the beauty of position trading over swing trading. One reason I like it. Let me give you an example. So they got a 43 target. That feels a little extreme, but let's say it's half that. Let's cut that in half. Even still, the money flow is going to say 33 on you, but you got this little box here. So watch. Let's find these boxes. We got a box here. We got one here, and we got one here. So then I kind of just project out, the lines, right? And these are possible upside targets. Now, let's say one day it does get to 43. En route to 43 is going to look like this. Sideways, runs up, sideways, comes down a little, runs sideways, runs up, comes down. Maybe it gets banged down. And it works its way to 43. That's what it's trying to do. That's what prices are trying to do. Is they're trying to work their way to true value. And I think what a lot of people miss is that could be 10 money flow cycles. It might go through 10 of these to get there. And the more sure that I am that it'll get there, okay, not out of like cult either, I mean legitimately believe it'll get there, the less likely I am to swing trade it, and the more likely I am to just accumulate on stage ones. Now this will confuse people. They'll be like, well, opportunity cost and all right, I get all that. But there's also the cost of not being in the trade when the trade happens. In other words, what if this does break and run, and then you're like, oh, but now it gets away from you, so you don't get in it, and it goes to $42, and you didn't ride it because you were afraid of this down leg. And that's happened to me so many times that now when it's ones that I'm truly convicted about, man, I'm just position trading them. And you say, what do you mean? Meaning I'd buy some, let it run up, and when it hits 70 RSI, I might take some off, let it come down. Like I'm going to move in and out, but keeping a nice size position in it, not fearing any down moves. Looking, as a matter of fact, to load up. So with Uber, I'm not selling any Uber, man. Now, if it runs up and hits a 70 RSI here, like if we run up into this 47 range, yeah, maybe I'll take some down. And let me give you an example. Right here, you remember when Uber ran up and banged that? And I said, this is probably the top. Look. Why? It's called the money flow. So even though I believe it's going to $60, $65, like soon, when I say soon, meaning in the less than 24 months, it'll get to true value. And then that'll be raised, and it'll go to 100, and that'll be raised, it'll go to 150. So while I'm waiting for that, doesn't change the fact that the RSI went extreme, doesn't change the fact that if you're watching the money flow, that's probably a stage 3 and probably the top, and it's probably going to then sell off. And I said that Uber's probably going to sell off. Well, should I sell some? I'm not. Why? Because I can't take the chance that it goes to 60 without me. No fucking way. None. No fucking chance. I'm not doing that. So if I get out and it moves down and then let me use this money to go buy this, and then I get out of it, and then it runs and I miss it, I can't live with that. My fear is that happens, not this shit. I don't care about a little down move. My fear is the up move goes without me. And so if you have stuff that the fear is the move goes up without you, then don't swing trade it, position trade it. And that's still trading. That's still trading. Now you can't fall in love with everything, right? Some things you got to move in and out of. If you get what I just said there, man, it can change your trading. Because let me ask you, when Uber gets back over here, does it even matter that this happened? Does that even matter? No. And look, it was just like 90 days later. So if we were buying stage ones and then buying stage ones, does it even matter that this happened? No. Or this one? Doesn't even matter, man. You see how over time, through the money flow cycles, that as you play cycles, dude, I hope it takes 20 cycles to get to see. Because if it takes 20 money flow cycles, by the time I hit true value, I'm going to make a shit ton of money. That's hard for people to get their mind around. They think the money flows in and out, in and out. And it can be, but it can also be bigger than that. So my biggest fear with Bitcoin is that it goes without me. So I can't sell any. I got to be a buyer. Let's see. BRTX. Fat finger. BRTX. Are you talking about the stock, dude? You put a $sign in front of it. Whenever people put $signs, I know you're on Twitter a lot or you're on stock twits. I would not be on stock twits. I've tried to go on there several times. I see zero fucking value. Like, I don't know what people are looking at. I can't make sense of random fucking tweets from people with stock tickers in them. I mean, I send those out, but I'm like hoping that people reading mine actually follow me day to day. Hopefully they're in my Discord group. Hopefully, like, so when I put a ticker, they probably already either got an email from me, a text from me, seen a post from me inside of And I'm usually just updating those, Now, if you're just a random Twitter follower, you probably go, what good is that? And it's like, yeah, I know. I agree, but for me, it's like a layer on top of shit I've already been saying, So let's see. We must... Yeah, Documan. I don't know about Documan. I think you got time on this. This is another example. Whenever you get that big, this is going to take a while, bro. This is going to come back down. If it doesn't, I'll be shocked. You're going to get a chance to buy this lower. This is going to stay in this 140 range. If this runs up, I'd be shocked. I don't see it happening at all. This is too big. You got to work this off. This is too much damage. That's too much. If I'm an institutional investor or have big ass money and I see some shit like this, no, that's too big a reaction, man. That means there's some very light hands holding this. If one day can cause a 50% drop, I would not commit a lot of money in that. To cause that's devastation, man. So don't get too big on that. I could be totally wrong and it runs up, but my experience is that those take a while. Do you feel like you show more love? No, I love Uber and Lyft. I try to make it as clear as possible that those are the greatest fucking stocks in the stock market right now, without saying that as clear as I just said it, because then people will be stupid and go just buy that. They'll just buy all Uber. And that's not a good idea, but I have a lot of money in Uber. Because I actually, every stock you guys are mentioning right now, I'm like, yeah, but Uber's better. All of these, everyone that's been mentioned, I'd rather own Uber. But I've spent a lot of time researching it, looking into the business model, looking at the books, understanding the power of what they can do when they decide to just click a button and raise the rate 60 cents and it makes them an extra $1 billion just because they hit a button. Yeah, it's the greatest stock play, right? You will look back 10 years from now, 5 years from now and think, fuck, dude, why did I not buy a shit ton of that? I promise you. Let's see. Domo. But we also have to know that we can be wrong. So we have to kind of check it, Ooh, that was a big down move, huh? Domo. Dumo? D-O-M-O. Domo. Let's see. I'm going to be honest, I don't know this stock. Not a lot of analysts. Obviously a growth stock. Oh, Jack likes it. He's a handsome, strapping fellow with nice hair. Oh, ladies, I think he's on LinkedIn and free. Everybody wants a boyfriend with an average of 21% return on stock picks. I wouldn't date anybody else. I don't know why you wouldn't. Derek Wood, it's a charming fellow. He's got a 23%. So you guys should add this to your dating apps. They put their information and then also put their average return on stock picks. And if it's low, just keep stepping, ladies. That looks good, bro. I don't know anything about the stock. The analysts seem to like it. It's a stage 1. In a perfect world, I would have bought right here, which the ones that I follow, I try to be perfect right there. That's a box being built. That was a box too, though. That box did not hold. Boom, down it went, man. So now we got a second one. You got your crossover. Looks good. Gee, I'd like to know your opinion on SoFi. Oh, yeah. I'm in SoFi. I like it. I'd be a buyer here. Actually, I would buy today. This is perfect. This is a perfect. Look at this. You ever seen that before? Sideways up, sideways down, sideways. Look at SoFi. Look at this. Look how perfect this is. Look at this. This is like textbook money flow chart. And look, now everything's turning up. So you start your buying right there. Would have been the perfect day. And then we're expected to probably run into trouble at 17 and 22. Let's I like it. I like PaySafe too, and that one's been obliterated. I like all of these. PaySafe, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, all of these payment stocks. I think some of this has to do with DeFi. I don't know why, because DeFi is beat up too, but look at PayPal breaking out. This is dirt cheap, man. I just don't have enough money. Just need more money, man. Don't fret though. Like if I get lucky here and Gush runs up, I can trim it, roll some money to PayPal. Like we have time. You don't have to always be trying to catch the absolute bottom. You might miss that breakout and then it pulls back. We're doing this over time. We're doing it over time. Let's see. I'm long Gush. I like it. I need to go pump it on Twitter. Not much volume today, though. That's it. Everything looks good, man. You guys should feel good. I feel great about the market. It's very bullish. It looks good. I think we're going to get all our money back plus some, and everybody, it's going to be great. There's a lot of good buy and hold plays in the retail sector. We talked about that, the XLRT. Go look at the Walmart's. Target looks like a nice setup. If you don't have it in your buy and hold, now would be a chance. Walmart would be a chance. I'm sure Kohl's, probably 20 other stores on that list. Open, does Open look great? Let's see, Open, I'm in Open. Yep, Open setting up. That's the problem we're having now is a lot of them are setting up and we need more money. So that's it, man. Appreciate you guys listening. Dropped a podcast interview in the Day Trade Professor. He's a friend of mine. The next one I'm going to do is going to be a real estate interview, which I'll put on the Money Flow podcast too, because a lot of our members buy real estate. Mercadona Brie. I have no idea what this is. This is a $1,236 stock. Okay. With very low volume, sir. Let's see. Wow. Very low volume. All right. Somebody likes expensive things. Wow. $2,100 by JP Morgan. Seems to be the general consensus. I like it. If you got an extra $1,200, pick you up a share. I guess you can buy partials, though, nowadays in most things. Yeah, it looks good, man. I have no idea what it is. I don't know that I've ever seen this. What is this? I'd have to go look on that. Does this thing pay dividends? No. Huh. Provides the largest online commerce and payment ecosystem in Latin America. All right. Now I know something. MELI. So, widely regarded as Latin America's answer to Amazon, rode the e-commerce pandemic-led tailwinds last. All right. E-commerce Argentina company, just like another eBay. Interesting. Let me write that down before I forget. I'm getting old. That's in a spendy one, though. I like those expensive stocks, though. MELI. Interesting. Latin America. Let's see. Yeah, I'm long Zynga. This is another one. I think it is a great deal right now. I think this thing is undervalued by 50%. This is an $11 stock all day long. You know, these stocks have been out of favor. It's come up pretty decent from the low. First started buying over here, bought some more over here. So, you know, hopefully we can at least get $9 out of this thing. I like Zynga, though. If I wasn't in it, I'd be adding to it or buying it. You know, I bought over here, and I started the trade over here, position trading this because I think it's undervalued, which means I'm going to buy all the stage ones. And, you know, with this little buy here, I was able to bring the cost base. I'm only down like 3% now, where I was down a lot more than that. So it's kind of worked out. You might have to take a second refi on properties for a couple shares. Yeah, no shit. On Groupon. Look at Groupon. Is Scott on here? Scott last night, he must have seen my story. I was saying I wanted to take down a building here in the French Quarter. Scott sent me one for sale in the French Quarter. It's only 1.8 million. It's an 8 unit. Yeah, Groupon's on the go, but your data by Groupon was right there. You know that, right? $35 target. 8 units. I'm gonna go look at it, but that building must be bad inside. To get 8 units for 1.8 million in the French Quarter is pretty unusual. I like it. If you're in it, I wouldn't be buying it here though. I assume you're already in it. Might have to. Yeah, let's see. All right, man. I think it's going to be low volume. Hopefully retail traders lead the way here. And we can push these stocks up to the end of the year and maybe make a few bucks on some of them. Check the Dow, still moving up. Check the SPY, still moving up. Check the technology, still moving up. Let's check bonds real quick. It's the big four. Bonds are holding steady. Bitcoin looks like it's about to break out. And we got oil on the move, XLE. Oh, it's about to break the 20. Remember I told you I got long gush. Let's check oil itself. Look, oil's in a stage 2 breakout. So if I'm looking at gush or the XLE or oil stocks, I need to know where oil is. If oil is breaking out, that tells me oil stocks are likely to move higher, right? So they need this to happen, just like we needed it over here. And so if we look over here, and then what? It ran up. So what do we expect? Well, this is the money flow. What if that turns and we get stopped out? Well, boxers get punched. That's the game. So if you look at this, sideways up, sideways down, we just want to stay in the flow. If you stay in the flow, I promise you, the next time oil runs, you'll ride it. And if you want, you can short it. You know, you can short oil too if you want. Like, commodities really aren't a bad thing to short because when they get to running, they run. So you can short it too. I wouldn't be shorting it here. That's a breakout, but you get what I'm saying. Sometimes that's a way to hedge your oil stocks. If you own a bunch of oil stocks, you could short oil while simultaneously holding the stock, i.e. hedge fund. You're hedging your position. So good stuff, man. Maybe we need to talk more about that in the money flow group, but I don't want to. It can be confusing. Oh, there you are, Scott. Yeah. No, that building, bro. Look that's a great location. Only 1.8 million tells me there's some problems. That building's from like 1822. And think about that. It's like 200 years old. But 8 units, retail. Retail right now sucks. The ground floor had 2 600 square foot retail shops. Those are probably going to go for $2,000 a month each. And then it had 6 residentials. I love it. If it has parking, woohoo! Yeah, that's what I've been looking for too. Parking lots, man. That's a money maker down here, dude. No building to keep up. You can do it from an app. People just pay online, gate opens, move in, park their car. You get money every day. But you just don't see them changing hands. And I heard it's one Jewish family that owns them all. That's what a guy here, a local, told me. I don't know if that's true. There's an Asian family that runs all the T-shirt shops that you see. And it's like a cartel. And then there's a organized crime group that runs all the street shit that you see, the tarot card readings and all that shit. Those people pay street tax to be set up out there. So that's a little bit of the underbelly of the French Quarter. Let's see. That's it. All right, man. Yeah, I'm going to try to go over there today and see if I can't poke around in that building. Just out of curiosity. It's kind of how you do it, man. Like, before you can do something, you need to kind of see yourself doing it. So I like to, even if I wasn't going to buy a building for, say, 2 years, I don't want to wait till I have the money. Like, I want to start seeing it in my mind now. I want to walk around. I want to bump into people that maybe could, like, you never know, man. And the more you do that, then the more and more you begin to see yourself doing it, then somehow the money and it just kind of shows up, you know. It's kind of my thought. So I might look at 10 of them before I ever am actually in a position to acquire one. Are you in MKC? No, I am not. I like it, though. It's a great stock, man. If you never get this bastard on sale, should have bought some down here at 79. If you did, good move, sir. Yeah, Groupon's a buy. We just looked at it. I wouldn't buy today, though. You should have already bought it. And if you have, then just let it run. I wouldn't buy it here, though. It's already broke out, man. Yeah, Groupon already broke out. Look at this. Look at this swing. Big move down. Buy the stage one. Big run up. Perfect swing trade, man. Beautiful. My goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, man. Yeah, I'll let you know if I go over there today, Scott. I'll send you some pictures from outside of it, what it looks like on the away from the realtor listing. See what 1.8 million will buy us. Might need to go in on it or something. Although retail's tough here right now. It's a tough time. Not sure if you answered this question. I had to step out for a bit. Is your podcast available on Spotify? Yeah. Go to the newsletter. What page is it on? Because I have two podcasts. Both a lot of babbling, but this one I'm trying to keep just stock trading the best I can, and some real estate stuff that people inside the Money Flow group are doing. This one here is my crazy mindset stuff, but this here I call mastering the trade, and predominantly stocks, but it could be real estate too. I got a guy coming on, a guy named Nick. He owns a few rentals. We're going to talk. He's just getting into stocks. And then this one is really a almost 3-year book report I've been doing, a 3-year journey of me talking about the book, The Science of Getting Rich. But let's see. If you just click it, it's on Spotify. Scott, you need to come on, man. So this was the newest one's entitled Creating Relationships Through Giving. That's me interviewing the professor. This was interviewing Dr. Will Abrams. He's in the Money Flow gang. So I'm just now starting to bring people on. It's usually just me. But that can get old, just listening to me repeat myself over and over. So we'll bring on some people, and then I'll go back to me, and then bring on some people, and we'll go from there. Yep, yeah. All you got to do is get the Anchor app, and that's how we'll do the recording. If you have the Anchor app and I have it, I send you a link from inside Anchor. If you're on Wi-Fi, I'm on Wi-Fi. It'll sound crystal clear, and then I edit the podcast and put in my intros and exits and all that. So we could get on there and talk some real estate. That'd be fun, too. All right, man. You guys be good. Appreciate you.